All right, so we made a button. I'm just gonna make a like start screen. I'm gonna show you how I would make a start screen. Um, just as like kind of a GUI example. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna go choose new, and then for my size, I'm gonna go to the film and video, and we're gonna work at HD 1020, 1080. Sorry, so it's gonna be 1920 by 1080. That way, it's the relative size of a screen. I think it just works better that way. And then I will hit OK. Bam, now we have this. All right, so you can see we have our title safe and our action safe. That's what these little bars are for. I don't really find them particularly useful, so I'm just going to go to View, and I'm going to turn off Extras, which is going to turn those off. I don't really need to see those. So here we have our basic Photoshop stuff here. I'm assuming you guys know Photoshop well enough, so I'm just going to make a new layer. And I am just going to make a basic thing here, okay? All right, so one thing I want to do is have a big title here that says like, just so you guys know what I'm doing. This is my little plan here. I'm gonna do my target audience is potential pet owners, anyone that's so I'm gonna do something that's about sugar gliders, because I just got some sugar gliders and they're pretty cool. So basically, my audience is potential pet owners that want a small exotic pet. The goal is just to educate them on the positive and negatives, and then my objectives are these 3 positives and these 3 negatives. Here's my sample quiz, just 4 questions, and this is sort of what my mock-up looks like. Okay, so basically that's what I'm going to do. I already made a graphic actually, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. So I'm just going to do open, and I am going to navigate to this. And where are you? We'll grab this one. This one will do. All right, and I'm just gonna hit Control A or Command A if you're on a Mac. Control C, go here, and Control V, and there it is. So I'm just gonna take this and put this like here, just so that it, I don't know, just to add intrigue. All right, so that was just something I drew earlier. Now I'm gonna make a new thing here, and I'm just gonna put my text up here. So we'll just go ahead and I'll grab the text tool, and I'm gonna make it centered, and I'm gonna choose, well, we'll go like this. I'm gonna put this in here, and let's go ahead and make the size much bigger. Let's try 72. Okay, and I'm just gonna write sugar gliders. Okay, so probably a lot of you guys know that you can oh, you know what else actually we'll leave that like that for now. A lot of you guys probably know you can do this, right? I can select it, and then I can go and arrow down. But you notice how it's got the white on black thing there? It's kind of hard. What you might not know is that if you switch to this tool, actually, let's see. Where are you? Sorry. Okay. And if you open up where are you? Can't find you. Character. You can actually click in here, and it's not really doing it properly. Hang on a second. Should be able to click in there. There we go. And you have to switch to this direct selection tool, which is the ones underneath. Make sure you're on that layer. Make sure you have this selected. And then when you're in the character, you can push the up and down arrow, and you could see it without having to have you know, all the that black on whatever, which is kind of annoying. And this works for all the Adobe programs. So I just need to find a font that I think is fun enough for what I'm making. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going until I think I got something. It should be something kind of like hand-drawn looking. Needs to be bold though. So I'll try this one. Okay, I'll do this one. So I got this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go bigger on my font here. 144. All right, that looks okay. All right, so I got this. Now the other thing I could do with this, which is really neat, is you can actually there's this little tool here. And this allows you to do all sorts of, you know, manipulation of it. So I'm just going to take this horizontal like that. I think that might look nice if it's curved. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to change my color of this. I think I'm going to keep the white background, but I want to change the color of this to something a little more neutral here. Oh, Control A. Try that again. Okay. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, while I have this selected, I'm going to go down here and you can see this little effects button. I can click on that, and then I'm going to go to blending options, and there's all these different things I can do. I'm going to go ahead and click on stroke, and it puts a stroke. I don't know if you can see it yet. I'll make it a little bit thicker. It puts a stroke on it, and it makes it, gotta click on it too. Oh, that was too much. It puts a line around the outside of it, and I think that is a nice little look. That works pretty good. Okay, so, oh, I have it on inside. I'm gonna go outside. That way it keeps the other part. So you can do inside, outside, or center. I'm going to do outside, which means it goes to the outside of the image, or in this case, the text. I'm also going to do a gradient overlay. Basically what that does is it will make like an overlay of a gradient. So I'm going to click on this. We'll try this. And then, let me see. It's not giving me much of options. I think I'd have to make a new gradient. Oh, I know what I'll do. I want to do this one. Let's try this one. That's a little better. And then I'm just going to take this down a notch. I just wanted to give it a little, oops, no thank you. Just wanted to give it a little bit of that feel. Okay, good. And lastly, I'm going to do a drop shadow. And I'll select the drop shadow. And I'm going to change the distance, which is how far it goes, to like that. And we're going to call that good. I'm going to take my text here, and I'm going to lighten it up a bit so that it's that the gradient shows up a little bit better. Good. Now I got something that says sugar gliders. Yay. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is it's not on, so I'm going to go to View, and I'm going to do boom, 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 show. So I should have Snap to show, and I want to choose to turn on, where's Smart Guides? Make sure Smart Guides is on. There it is. So see a Smart Guides, what that does is it's allowing me to basically center this. Okay, so it'll try to find something like, it'll try to make it, you know, middle with this or like that. Smart Guides are useful, so I'm just going to use this Smart Guides to help. So it's going to say sugar gliders. That looks like something. And then I just need to make some buttons here. So let's go ahead and do that. Hit this little arrow to bring this back up. All right. And so to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and choose, we'll do the custom shape tool here. Okay, so we did the rounded rectangle tool for the other one. And if you go up here, there's different options. Okay, and these all look terrible, but just to show that they're here, I'm just going to do it. I guess I'll do this paw print thing. Okay. And I'm going to hold shift so it stays proportionate. All right. And I'm going to take this. I'll leave the stroke. I'll do 2 pixels for the stroke. And the fill, I'm just going to do, I guess, gray again. All right. So there's one. And I'm going to hit Control J, which will duplicate the layer, and put one underneath there. And I'm just going to go ahead and put text over this, and I'll say start. And we're just going to make this smaller. Okay. You don't even have to do that. You can just, if I grab it, hit Command or Control T, then hold Shift, I can just proportionally make it smaller that way. So I'm going like that, and I'm also going to hit T for the text tool, and I'm going to make this green. All right, so like that. Good, and I'm just going to go to my effects here, do a drop shadow, see what that does, and I'll make the distance, make the opacity a little less. Okay, that way. Take my distance off a little bit, and we're going to go like that. And then I'm going to hit Control J to duplicate that layer. And then I can just move it down. Hold Shift, it does more. Another way to duplicate, actually, just so you know, is if you hold Alt and click and drag, it duplicates whatever you drag over. this, and T, grab this, and go quit. Alright, so now I got start and quit. And here's a basic kind of UI thing, right? Maybe what I'm going to do now actually is make a new layer below. And I'm just going to do a gradient. So I just grab the gradient tool, which you might have it on the paint bucket tool. Grab the gradient tool, and when you click and drag, that determines how the gradient is. I'm going to hold shift, and I'm just going to go basically the whole thing like this. I'm going to go up to here, and let's see. Let's do new gradient. That's not really wanted. Alright. Okay. Why you no give me what I want? And you know what? Let's do this instead. I'm not real happy with that. Let's get rid of it because it's not what do you call it? Resolution independent. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna turn this off. Go to fill, and I'm gonna select this, and I'm just gonna try to choose warmer colors. Okay, like a deep this color, and more of a neutral kind of thing like that. Okay, and I'm just gonna start from the top here and go to the bottom like that, and that looks pretty ugly. Oops, I don't need that anymore. Thank you. And Control T just to make sure it's large enough. Hit enter once you want to execute. Imagine I did a nice job on this. I know it's hard to do. And now what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to turn off this. I'm going to turn off, click and drag down, turn all those off. And then I'm going to do is actually turn them all on first. And I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm saving the GUI. And I'm just going to call this Start Screen _ master. Okay. Hit OK. Now I'm going to turn off all these extra bits minus this background, and we're just going to do File, Save As. I'm just going to call this Start Screen 01, and I'm going to change this to a PNG. All right, save. Awesome. And then I'm going to actually I probably should save this as part of that. So let's do that again. Control Shift S. Start screen. I want to do a PNG. So save. Yeah. I don't really need him to be separate. Awesome. Okay, now I'll turn those off, and I will just take this text in case I want to do something with it. I don't think I do, but and we'll just do File, Save Scene As. This will just allow me to position it differently, and this will be number 2. Okay. All right, this one and this one. Control Shift S, and we're gonna do a PNG. Start screen 03. Alright. And then we'll do the next set here. And Control Shift S. PNG. And this will be number 4. Okay. Beauteous. Okay. And then once that's done, I can go into here and bring those in. Okay. Just like you would any other element. Alright. So yeah, that's it. So you can make a custom one. Hopefully it looks a little bit better than what I made. All right.